Hello.
Hello, hi, good evening.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, good. Which part of your house is that? This
Uh, this
one.
is this is bedroom. This is where I sleep
Ah, it
on the
almost
floor.
it almost looks like a shower room. I almost feel like a shower cubicle behind it. I'm thinking, I wonder where he actually sits down to meditate.
Well, this house used to be my grandparents' house. So well, I live in China, so when I'm home, I'm always just like either here or either in the other apartment. So
You
yeah.
live in China, do you?
Sorry?
You live in China?
Yes, I'm based in Shanghai, but now not now. Now I cannot
No.
be back in China for a while.
Yeah. It was obviously with the current situation, I guess, you decided to move yourself out of there.
Oh no, no, no. Trust me, if it was up to me, I would be already back in China. It's it's I think it's better there. I think things are more under control, or I don't know. Things and life is already back at like kind of normal or like working and functioning. Um, it's just their borders are still closed, so they
Wow.
changed my June flight to October. So it's going to be a strange year.
Gosh.
I know.
Wow. But I do completely agree with you. I think they've got things under much more control than we have.
Well,
Um,
yeah, it's a sensitive topic, and of course, like many people don't understand or accept or agree how they work, how they operate, and yeah, on some certain level, it's also not how I think it's ideal. But in this
mm,
situation, I think it's a bit more doable. They're more obedient. They listen. They follow rules. So
yeah.
hi. Hi, Kate. Hi, Tor.
Hi.
How are
Hello.
you?
Hi.
You puppy owner?
Yes. Do you want to see the puppy?
Yes.
Can you see?
Aw, so
Oh,
cute.
Oh,
so small.
so
So
tiny.
cute.
He can be a little pixie.
Mm.
Mm.
How, how old is he or she?
11 weeks.
Oh, teeny
Yeah.
tiny.
Yeah. How's
So
everyone?
are you having sleepless nights with it?
Like the first couple of nights, but he's got in his little routine now. So
That's
yeah,
nice. Very good.
yeah.
Welcome,
So how
Kate.
are you, Matesh?
Yeah, very good. Very good. I'm slowly making myself more available for work. So I've had a nice, relaxing 2 months, but all of a sudden I'm in a panic because I'm chasing emails, changing the layout of my practice, getting all the safety mechanisms in place,
Yes.
ordering all different types of disinfectants for my different equipments. So today was
Yes.
just like go, 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 all of a sudden. And I'm not used to
Yeah.
it. I'm
Yeah, I
not used
know.
to being like that. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Things are starting to move forward, so we we must as well, So get prepared.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's hard because
it's been nice that we've all had this time to sort of slow down a bit, haven't we? This new style of
reset.
living,
Yeah.
Mm.
which is good for all of us, I guess. But some people can get too left-sided if they're just like that, and you need
I
a
know.
balance of a bit of activity.
Yeah.
Hi, Arthur.
Hi.
Yeah.
How are you, Kate?
I'm good, thank you. I didn't think I was going to make it. I've just eaten my dinner. I'm like, oh, this time.
Excellent. Good,
Yeah,
good. The weather's been wonderful here, hasn't it? In England,
yeah,
especially.
very beautiful. Yeah.
I even cancel my holidays. brother. We don't we?
Jessica looks like she's been sunbathing the whole day.
I have. And yesterday, I'm a bit pink, but it's so beautiful out there. It's gorgeous.
It is. It's amazing. It's really nice. So, have you guys been sort of meditating a little bit in your own times and space and things, or?
I haven't actually done any since last Tuesday.
Me
Yeah,
neither.
I haven't done any.
I always
what-
start the week off well after this, and then after like 5 days, I'm like,
Yeah. I guess. What about you, Arthur?
I was on meeting Thursday, yes. Thursday with, not you, with a lady, Nori. I don't know her personally.
Oh, Nora.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry,
good. Right. So, shall we begin the meditation? I'd like you all to mute yourselves, unvideo yourselves, and we'll begin. And hopefully have a nice meditation today.
Thank you. Hmm.
So if we can start off by raising our Kundalini and putting ourselves into abundance. Put your hand on top of your head, press it down. And this is the point at which you should try to keep your attention. Many a times we struggle with our attention because we are distracted or lose focus. Or sometimes we're too focused on the wrong things. Whether you think you're wrong or right doesn't matter. And you have to put your attention in different things, so there's no guilt associated with it. You are a human being. You are supposed to carry out all your day-to-day duties and everything that makes your life pleasant and happy. But sometimes it's difficult to bring ourselves back into the center. That's why the art of meditation is important. And we always start by being pleasantly placed to ourselves and say to yourself, I forgive myself for everything, and I forgive everyone for everything. And that I'm not guilty for anything at all. Now place your right hand on your heart. And I want you to imagine that you are the pure spirit. The pure spirit is something that is completely universal. It is not prejudiced. It doesn't discriminate. It is all pervading. And the beauty of being the pure spirit is that you emit that universal love. And when I look at you, and when I meet you, and when we greet one another, I don't see a Hindu, a Muslim, a Christian, an atheist, or this or that. I see people that want to find themselves, want to find their spirit, and I can see innately that you're all good people, sensitive, and wanting to further yourself. And the name of the game is to evolve. And if you look back thousands of years, Moses had set out the 10 commandments so that we could stay in those commandments and we could evolve by reducing the distraction. Of course, with modern times and modern evolution, we can fine tune all of these things, but provided we're still good souls, good people, earnestly striving for the best for ourselves, then that's all that matters. So keeping your hand on your heart, I'm going to play just some light music and hopefully it transports you in deeper inside yourself. And after that, we will do the workshop, the guided meditation, and go from there. So keep your hand on your heart and listen to some relaxing music. I always find that relaxing and uplifting at the same time. And that should hopefully put us into that gentle state of being open, receptive, and spirit orientated. And now place both your hands on your palms, place both your hands on your laps, palm upwards. And now I'm going to play you a 5-minute animation about how this energy rises within us. Coupled with that will be the lecture given by Sri Mataji, who is the founder of this Kundalini awakening or the Sahaja Yoga meditation. And as you watch the video, just be aware of the person who is explaining it and see if you can feel the cool breeze. See if you can feel the energy on your palms.
All the way also down. But the Kundalini rises higher and higher and higher. Because it is like fire. Fire never burns down. It always burns up. She looks also like fire. And she has the capacity of fire. The fire has a capacity to purify and to burn off whatever can be burned. It purifies the things which it cannot burn and burns up the things which are inflammable, which can be burned. So the quality of fire that exists in the Kundalini burns off whatever is, like in our house, you find all the useless things. You take it in the garden, but once for all that. So when the Kundalini rises, she also burns up all your useless desires, your useless ideas.
So the sound quality, people aren't able to hear it, but that gives you just a little example of how the Kundalini rises from the base of your spine all the way up through to the top. And this is the process of Kundalini awakening. And when the Kundalini awakens and establishes itself, it gets deeper and deeper. And then after a while, when you close your eyes, you go deep inside. And when no thoughts bombard you and you're completely at rest and at peace with yourself, then the true meditation begins. So now I'm going to play a small interview given by Sri Mataji in America in 1983. It was on a popular television program or a series, and Sri Mataji was one of the invited guests there, and they interviewed her about what this Kundalini is all about, what it means, and how you can make it work for you in the modern day. Hopefully the sound is a bit better. It is a very old video, so I'm hoping it will still play.
Let's find what she calls self-realization. Stay tuned. I think you're going to find this very interesting. Her name is Sri Mataji. It's actually longer than that, but we're not even going to try that. I just got to ask, was Gandhi anything like the actor who portrayed him in the movie?
Oh, very much, very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing was the style of talking of Gandhi was rather more Indian. This fellow was over brilliant, I think.
Over brilliant.
And he would answer everything in such a alert way. And Gandhiji was a very slow speaker.
Mm-hmm. It took him long
very well. She's a very intelligent woman who did all the dress up and all that. She's a very intelligent woman. It was not bad.
But wasn't there anything that ever got him angry or?
No, he used to be very angry. That's a wrong conception. He used to be very angry with people who would make money and try to cheat others and would not be sincere. He used to be very outspoken about it. Very outspoken.
He had lots of good things to say. What exactly did you do with him?
You see, I was a little child of 7 years when I stayed with him. And he was very fond of me. He used to call me Nepali because my face has some Nepali features. And actually, he found out that I was a very different type of a child. And sometimes he used to discuss with me some things which we would not discuss for the child of 7 years. Like he would ask me, what should I put for my prayers? Which should be the first, then the second? Which one should come second? Like he knew that I knew something about spiritual life.
Isn't that interesting? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. First, I think we should start at the beginning. Explain what you mean by self-realization.
You see, within us is placed the reflection of God Almighty, which is the self, which is the spirit, which is placed in your heart. Now, when Christ or anybody has said that you are to be born again, it was not any artificial sort of a baptism, but it was a real happening within us of a power which is placed in the sacrum bone to rise and to get you connected with the whole. So this is what, when it happens, then you become actually first connected to the spirit, which is connected. And that's how you get connected with the whole primordial being.
Do you have to understand yourself first?
Me, myself, no.
No.
I knew it.
But if somebody at home watching, what first step? What is
See, it is spontaneous. It is not mental projection. Now it just happens automatically. It's something like a candle which is not yet enlightened can be enlightened by another light or another enlightened candle. It's just like that. So you don't have to do anything. You are just ready. If they put their hands towards me even now, just watching me, they will start a kind of a cool breeze in their hand blowing. And that is the thing that has happened.
Okay, what do you suggest? What do they should they do?
Just put your hands towards me like this. Now you are a very hardworking lady and futuristic. So your right hand is more active and the left less. So what you have to do is to put left up there and the right will start working. Now another thing you have to do is to forgive people.
Well, yes, I know that.
You must forgive. And that thing is lacking a little bit. You must forgive. Because it is a myth. When we say we don't forgive, what do? We really torture ourselves. Don't we? The other person whom we don't forgive doesn't feel anything bad about it. On the contrary, we are playing into the hands of that person. Yeah, isn't it? So it's a myth. So just you have to forgive and then you start feeling the cool breeze in the hand. That's the all-pervading part. You start it, yeah?
And people at home, what will
They would also feel the same way. They'll also feel the cool breeze coming out of their heads. That's what happens.
Well, not in this room, but
Oh, yes, it's there.
you're
Right from within. Try that. Try that.
it's really there. Ooh, this is spooky. All right, so how do you use it? All right,
So now you have become the spirit. Now you manifest your own power. Like the gentleman who was here before was saying, I must know myself. But you don't know who you are, what you are. Now by this now you will know that you are made up of a very fine instrument within yourself. And you have got 7 very subtle centers, you see, which work out in 2 ways. First of all, you will know what's the problem with you, because on your fingertips you will start feeling the problem, and I can decode it by saying that there are 7 centers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 centers. All right, and on this hand the same way. Now this is the hand of emotional side, and this is the hand of your mental and your physical side. Now, if you have any physical problem, you can feel it on your fingertips. Now, if you know how to solve it, so right, any disease, anything, are nothing but the permutations and combinations of these centers going to the extremes or being exhausted or some sort of a damage done to these centers. But when this force rises, she nourishes them. It's the mirror, it's the feminine nourishes, which soothes, which gives you that peace. Well, let's take this a little more practically. Okay. All right. I've had a little bit of a kidney problem. You are right. Well, all right. What would I do about that? It's very simple. You see, you put your hands like this. Turn towards me now. You see, your kidney problem comes from the center called Swadhisthana. Now you feel a little bit here. If you feel, see, even you can see what you really see. This looks healthy. This doesn't look that healthy. Don't you see so? And what am I looking for? You see, you're looking for. You feel a little. See this swelling, and you feel a little heat there. Do you feel a little heat when you are getting the cool breeze? Yes. So that's the heat. That's suggestive. Now this also is suggestive. Even this kidney, it's not alright. But this center deals with the kidney and other organs like liver. It deals with your pancreas, with your spleen, and part of your intestines, uterus also. So you see, you must know how to make them out. Now what you have to do is to at the center is a deity, what we call is the creator. The creator is sitting on this one. So you have to request the creator that he should now cure you. That's what we call as the mantras. Now, because now you are connected, you can ask. Before that, is it basically just asking God? Yes, of course. But of course. Is it just like saying a prayer? Of course, but when you say a prayer, you are not connected. Now you are connected. Now you should know where are which deities are placed, where is Christ, where is Moses, where is Abraham. All of them are placed within ourselves. And how they denote here. Now you are connected, and now if you ask, they help you. And that's how you cure people without much help. One thing I wasn't quite sure of, how was I connected? Because now the thing has started flowing in your hand. That is the proof now here. Oh, because I believed. Yes, no. There's no nothing to believe. It is within you, that power. It is all spontaneous. It rises. It's a living process of a living heart. That's all. You have to become that. You see, this is not a mental projection. Like now the women think that if they become the men, they'll be all right. And men think they have to become the women. It's all pendulum moving like this. Actually, in your spiritual ascent, you go spirally at a high level. You come up, and that higher level is where you become the spirit, and you become. Where you become a different personality. It's a transformation. But in the beginning, you have to go slow, establish it, understand it. Then you start manifesting your own powers. Okay. Well, say tomorrow you'll be gone tomorrow. What do I do to get it back? All right. Now for that we have a center here in Los Angeles, luckily. I've been here twice now. I came in 1970, but they don't listen to me. I must take some money, how many Rolls Royces I've bought, all sorts of things to see. It was amazing. I know, yes. Shri Mataji does not ask for any money at all. Yeah, how can you pay? What can you pay? That's why it happened to you. How much will you pay for this? That's absurd, isn't it? It's a living process. You don't pay any money to the Mother Earth for sprouting a seed, do you? It's absurd. It's illogical. But I don't know why people are so much enamored by that. It's a thing they think they can purchase a guru, they can purchase God, they can organize God. We have to be humble. We have to be humble. Yes. That's important. And you, that means don't always put yourself first, right? Yeah. You must do for others. You just ask for it. You have to just ask for it. It works out. But before this, if you try to do, say, for example, like a missionary work or anything, it is all outside. And it drops out in no time. But now, supposing people say, Mother, thank you very much for curing me. And so I just laugh. Because, you see, this is just like my finger being sick, all right? Who is the other? Now, my finger is sick, so I rub my own finger, and there's no obligation. Neither I feel they should feel obliged, because if you're a part and parcel of me, nobody's the other. Because you become collectively conscious. You become, again, I say it's an actualization. It is not just talking, it just happens to you. Because you are just ready, you get it. Okay. I read an article where you told the reporter not to think so much. And Americans tend to think too much. Oh, too much to think. But it stops. Because, you see, a thought rises and falls off. Another thought rises and falls off. Either you live in the past or in the future, more futuristic. Americans are more futuristic, but some can live with the past and some can live with the future. Now, in between that thought, there's a little gap. And that gap widens when this force rises. And you stay in the present. And then the dynamism of the present, you see the whole thing just
fascinating. I don't know that we really were able to cover it. I mean, to say enough for people to really understand.
It's a very wide subject.
It is.
And must have spoken at least 1,000 lectures must be there in London, and so many thousands. But the main thing is once you become that, you become yourself the knowledge. You know, yourself know everything. Like I was once traveling with a gentleman on a bullock cart, and the fellow was just uneducated. And he started talking like a prophet, like a saint. I was so surprised. The whole knowledge was within him. He started saying it.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much.
We're going to give you an address if you would like further information. Here's where you can write for Sri Mataji. It's a rather interesting concept to think that we have a lot of power within ourselves to heal ourselves and to solve our own problems. And I think that's basically, what we were saying here. But thanks so much for being with us tonight. Remember, until next time, the only real success is living the life which you've imagined. Good night. What we were saying here. But thanks so much for being with us tonight. Remember, until next.
So I always find it quite funny listening to that interview, because it was very much early on in the infancy of Serduga, and going to America, which at the time was a very futuristic, and I think perhaps still is, very money orientated, machine orientated. They think a lot. They plan days. It was more difficult to get the average person to understand the concept of meditation and what lies within, because the whole idea was external, how to get more money, how to go up the chain of hierarchy, and all of those things were very, very important. So it was quite difficult, and you almost feel as if Shimadaji's enthusiasm and pure desire is trying to put across the concept. And this pleasant lady, the interviewee, I'm not sure she quite gets it. But nevertheless, things have changed quite a lot in America since then. Or you could argue and say it's gotten worse. I don't know. But in any case, it was a pleasant interview. And like that, Shimadaji went to various countries, gave interviews, gave lectures, and even came to England for the Royal Albert Hall for about 12 years. And every year, thousands upon thousands of people used to come to listen to the lecture, get their realization, and then develop this meditation. So now we're going to go inside of ourselves. I'm going to ask you to place your right hand down to the side or to the ground, but not on your lap. And the left hand palm upwards, still on your lap. This is the balancing of the left channel in us. The left channel is all that which is within the past. Anything from the past is all stored in our subconscious. And you may have wondered why hypnotherapists are quite successful sometimes in stopping bad habits or helping people overcome addictions. It's because of a very funny thing that they manipulate. They start off by putting you into the past, into your mother's womb, and then taking you into the subconscious. But what they don't realize, or what the people that go to them don't realize, is that they then connect you to the dead, the collective subconscious. They move your attention away from your past and move it into the collective past. It's a very strange concept for you to understand verbally, but it takes you into the biggest playground of the past. And in that playground of the past, which is so vast, you get lost, and there might be an entity there that is so much wanting to be a part of the present and the living, and wants to taste the nectar of life through you. And that entity from the past may not have any predilection, what do you call it, any sort of predilections, I don't know how to say it, but any sort of interest in smoking. So that particular entity attaches to your soul. And then for that moment or for that year or two, you have this wonderful feeling of freedom. But after a while, that entity from the collective subconscious starts to get restless and has other ideas and other desires. Maybe that entity doesn't like smoking, so the desire of smoking diminishes in you, but that entity might like drinking, and you might suddenly substitute one bad habit for another. And when you then decide to fight this new addiction of alcohol, say, for example, there becomes a mental battle inside you. And that's when another concept, another thing called schizophrenia happens, where positively you're trying to overcome one addiction for another. And because the entity is so close to your subconscious mind, you're fighting yourself mentally. If you do all those types of things in earnest endeavors to rid yourself of one thing, you ultimately ended up creating another problem for yourself. And that's why things like hypnotherapy, acupuncture, and all the other things may appear to temporarily cure you, but actually in the long term, they don't cure you. And the safest and the only way to cure yourself is to be in the present moment, is to get your Kundalini awakened such that she sucks away the subconscious and the supraconscious, which is the ego side, and then you're completely in the center. One shouldn't have any fear of anything that you've done in the past that you feel may influence or attack or make you feel vulnerable. Everything from the past is finished, and in your new steadfast approach, you should understand that you should do things that give you the spirit. And unfortunately, there's no quick, easy fix to this. Because if there was, many more people would be realized, self-realized, but they aren't. Not many people are self-realized because it takes effort. It takes earnest desire and a constant mental stubbornness on your part to really overcome all of these different afflictions. But the good thing about meditation and the good thing about this particular yoga is that if you stick together, one second, Aryan, close the door. Rian, close the door. The good thing about this is that if you stick together, then the energies rise and all the curses of temptation that come and go in your mind slowly subside. And the reason why this is important is because if ultimately, when you die, you want complete freedom and you want to manifest your spirit for eternity or forever, then you need to know how to handle freedom. A person who's in prison loves prison because he loves the security of the prison, the routine, the structure, doesn't have to think about his meals, and has everything laid out for him. And when you suddenly give him freedom, some of them commit suicide. And the same for the people in the army and the navy, where they have been given to rules and suddenly their full freedom they don't know what to do. It's almost as if they've left Earth and they've opened themselves up to the whole solar system and they don't know where to begin their journey. So freedom is important, but discipline is even more, because in that discipline, you can evolve and grow and ascend. And many people say to me, well, what's the joy in that? If I'm to be the pure spirit, I should have freedom. Yes, you should have freedom. But if in your freedom you do things that bring you down, then actually you're always fighting yourself. In your freedom, you should enjoy everything with such grace, with such peace, and so much joy should envelope your being that you have want of nothing. Just like the ocean, just like the sky, everything is at a complete standstill and emitting all the time. When we do meditation, we say mantras to lift ourselves up. When we sit together like this, we lift ourselves up. When we listen to Shrimadaji or anyone who's a realized soul, it has an impact on your Kundalini and sustains you for a few days longer. From time to time, you meet your spirit, you feel your spirit, and then you know that there is something deeper inside you. And that search for your spirit is the most important quest. The Monty Pythons talked about the quest of the Holy Grail, and many other people have talked about this inner quest. The Muslims have also spoken about the jihad, which is the fighting of the inner enemies. Somehow they've misunderstood that, and they think it's about fighting outside in some people. But I'm not here to talk ill of anyone or anything, but the greatest glory will be given to you if you can really evolve and ascend. Now I'm going to say the Ganesha mantra, which is the left side, and your hand is still on the ground. The right hand is still pointing towards the ground. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Shri Ganesha is at the base of our spine and is the one that is responsible for our inner purity, our inner chastity, our inner strength. Innocence is a forgotten quality because we all feel that we're rather intelligent and what's wrong in doing anything and everything. But actually, the quality of innocence is the one that guides friendships, is the one that allows us to have a tolerant attitude to one another, a forgiving nature towards another, and also maintains friendship with each other. We have to have a certain amount of innocence in our personality and our character to allow us to get on with people. So innocence, I would say, is a really important quality. And if you do it right, it allows and promotes magnetism. And magnetism is really important because you need to be able to attract people to your heart, whether it is in a friendship capacity or any other. Magnetism is one of the qualities of the Muladhara Chakra. And the aspect of the Muladhara Chakra is Sri Ganesha, and that's the mantra that I did just now. And for your homework, I would like you to remember how to say it, the Sri Ganesha mantra that I said. I will put the template of this mantra on the WhatsApp, and then Jessica can pass it on to all of you. And you should try to say it in the day, at any time, whenever you feel like you just want to say it. You should try to practice saying this. The Ganesha mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. And next, we're going to put the right hand onto the left part of our stomach, just underneath the rib cage on the left hand side, underneath the heart, underneath the rib cage on the left side of the stomach. And this is where we have peace. Peace is a quality that you can improve upon by doing these mantras. Say if you're awaiting some blood test results, or you've made an observation and you're nervous about going to the doctor, or you're waiting for some exams. Whatever the case is, anxiety, worry, and stress is a part and parcel of us. But when you meditate, you can put that anxiety into perspective, you can control it, and you feel as if you're freer because you're in control. And here we say the mantra to Sri Gruhalakshmi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Gruhalakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. In my spirit, I am satisfied. Remember, you can't get everything you want in life, but you can learn to be satisfied. And through that satisfaction, you feel complete. And through that sense of completion, your Kundalini grows and you ultimately get everything you desire. In my spirit, I am satisfied. Just massage that area with your hand. And now move to your heart. This is actually the seat of your mother. If your mother isn't all right, if your relationship with your mum isn't all right, then you can catch on the left heart. I often tell people about the story about my own mum. Every time I went next to my mum, my left heart used to catch. I don't know if you'd understand what I mean by that, but it physically, as if my heart was squeezing, it felt really physical, the pain. And I ignored it for about a month or two. And then after a while, it was so crushing on me, I didn't know what to do. And then I went for investigations and I thought, is it acidity? Is my stomach not right? And this and this and that. And then ultimately, I asked people at the meditation center, why is it that every time I'm in my mum's company, my left finger, that little finger, baby finger, which represents the heart, and also my physical heart in my body hurts? And they said, well, there must be something wrong with your mum. And then I said to my mum, can you just please go and get your blood tests done or anything? I know you feel that you're fit and well and healthy, but can you please at least get your thing checked? And she goes, yeah, I've done my chest x-ray, everything's good. I've had my blood count, everything is good. So yeah, everything is fine. And then about 3 months later, she was just sort of cleaning herself after a shower. And then she noticed a lump in her breast. And then she went for the tests. And yeah, sure enough, she did. She had breast cancer. So it's important to know that sometimes you can feel problems on other people's system. And sometimes, fingers crossed, it's a very subtle catch, which means that your mum might be struggling with something. And it doesn't require any medication, it doesn't require anything, it's just one of those things. Or it could be deeper and deeper, which then leads to a medical problem. So every time you feel some catches on your fingers or in your body, it doesn't mean that you've got a disease, but it does mean that that particular energy center in you is depleting and you need to nourish it before all the energy, all the petrol runs out. Because when the petrol runs out, it has to take energy from other parts of the body, and then it becomes an imbalance, and then you can start to go down the route of diseases. So putting your hand on your heart, follow this chant, this mantra that I'm going to say, Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivo is the principle of the left heart. It is that magnificent, glorious symbol of the spirit. And it is so abstract that you can't put it into one being or one body or one description. But it is a feeling. And sometimes we get it as a feeling of optimism, of confidence, of joy. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. I am the pure spirit. I am the pure spirit. And now move your hand to your left shoulder where the neck and the shoulder meet. The left Vishuddhi. I am not guilty for anything at all. Please do not think that being guilty is the only way to behave. It isn't. I am not guilty for anything at all. Say that to yourself. I am not guilty for anything at all. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vishnu Maya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vishnu Maya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. And now put your right hand on top of your head and press it down. Mother, please establish my self-realization. Please give me the environment and the temperament to meditate. Please let me meet people that are good for me. Please let me meet and be in touch with people that are good for my spiritual growth. Now put your hand a little higher above and you will feel the cool breeze on top of your head. And you can swap it with the other hand and see on the other side, on the other hand. Good. I can feel cool on the left. Right is okay as well. And what I'm going to do now is show you how to balance the right side. So I've been working on the left side here, but now I want to show you how to balance the right side, and that requires you to move the energy from the left and bring it to the right, and just do that 7 times. So 1, 2, remember from your hip, left hip to the right hip. I'm doing it in a slightly fancier way, but it still works if you just do it from the left to the right. I'm going to end the meditation today with just a 3-minute song that I've got ready. It is worshipping all the elements around us, the nature, everything around us, having special respect for it. It is another uplifting song, a fusion song. And whilst you're in this state, just enjoy this music. And then at the end, we can open up our cameras.
Oceans are your garments, and you are decorated with mountain peaks. Please forgive me for touching you with my feet.
So I invite all of you to unmute yourselves and come back on. How are you, Arthur?
Good, thank you. Very spiritual. You started with some dead spirits. We straight away.
Yeah, I went full on with the with that today, didn't I?
past.
Good.
Yeah, it's interesting. Kind of very introverted. But yeah, I feel great. I feel good. I feel strong.
Good. How do you feel on your hands? Do you feel cooler on your left hand or the right hand or anything like that? Any sensations at all? Kate?
I feel head.
Not that I've noticed in my hands. No.
But on top of your head, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you, Tor?
I'm good. I
Did
put
you
my
feel-
headphones on because I find it more for the
Focus.
sound. It's better, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I felt the cool breeze above my head, and also on my palms, I think slightly more on the left than the right, and I felt like a breeze was coming, like flowing like up, like towards the heart, towards the chest area there as well.
Very good. Yeah, very good. It's nice. It's all awakening and you know, establishing itself. So that's really good. Excellent. What about Istvan?
It was very calming, and I felt the breeze on top of my head when we had to put it over both hands. So, but when I had to put it on my lap, no, it was just like it was very like peaceful and relaxing and focusing on my inner self.
And did you feel it more on the left hand or the right hand?
No, I felt on top of my head. I felt both.
Very good.
So that was when I changed. I was like playing around the height, find the right distance,
Yeah.
and then I changed the hands as well. So
Yeah. The reason why I ask you whether you felt it on your hands or your head is not such an important thing, but for the first time in the evolution of meditation, we're in a situation where it's not just abstract, but you're actually feeling something tangible. Then after some months, what will happen is when you close your eyes, it will be an inner feeling, and then you won't need to ask, oh, am I feeling it on my hands? Is it there? You will just feel it like a tunnel, and the deeper the tunnel goes, the deeper you'll go inside. But initially, in the early stages, it's nice to have a bit of you know, like the transaction, not transaction. It's easy to have the feeling that you know you're experiencing something.
yeah.
And then it works out. And how are you, Jessica, today?
Yeah, good. I felt it was really strong for me today, especially on my left hand, the little
Yes.
finger and the one next to it. Those
Yes.
two I felt really strongly all the way
Which
through.
two fingers? Which two fingers?
The little one and the wedding one.
These two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Put
yeah,
a
those.
put a ring on it, darling.
The ring finger that hasn't got a ring on it. Yet,
Waiting to have a ring on it.
yet. But yeah, I felt really strong vibrations this week, more so than last week actually, all the way through.
Yeah, definitely. I was definitely feeling much more centered this week than I did last week.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, all sorts of things can interfere and affect it really. But yeah, no, I'm really pleased. Everything was really good. Really, I felt the sense of achievement inside.
Yeah.
So that should keep you going for another 6 days.
And the other thing I realized once we started meditating, I realized I did meditate last week because actually I went to Cambridge on Wednesday and I meditated 3 times whilst I was in Cambridge. So at the beginning, I'm like, no, I haven't meditated since last Tuesday. And then as soon as we went into it, I was like, yes, I have. So yeah, you reminded me.
You're probably always in it, so it's never a case of are you meditating? You're already in meditation, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it was lovely. Thank you so much, Mitesh.
Does anyone have any questions about the subconscious or anything else that I touched upon today?
Do you have in Hindu that concept of jihad as well, fighting like a monk inside yourself with your past, with clearing, kind of being out of problems, which sometimes get people in Sahaja Yoga or in without going to jihad? You got similar concept anywhere?
Yeah, so I don't know if you have ever heard of the word jihad. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously
Yeah. So obviously the jihad is actually fighting the 5 enemies within us, like jealousy, greed, and all those types of things. And it's a constant battle where we have to somehow fight these things, but not fight it such that you're always miserable with yourself, because emotions are there because you're a living being. But it's to try and get it into perspective and into balance. And meditation definitely helps it. Just like going for a walk and suddenly something that was pressing on your mind just sort of flows out of you and it doesn't bother you so much anymore. In the same way, meditation just lifts you out of those sort of downward spiral of the emotions. So, yeah. So, yeah, as we progress, I will talk more about other things, other deeper things about the chakras and how we can be influenced and affected by things that you wouldn't have known otherwise. Right. Well, no one's saying anything else.
I know, everyone. I feel like a bit of a zombie now. I'm like so relaxed and so chilled out.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah, it was really lovely this evening.
Yeah. It's nice to be in this state. And I shouldn't really encourage you to ask me any more questions because I want you to persevere and enjoy this moment of peace. Because after some time, again, your mind will chatter. So it's nice just to stay in this place. But if there's any questions that are probably troubling you, anything that you want to know a little bit more about, and you want a deeper perspective on it, I can certainly tell you what I know. But yeah, for the time being, just enjoy the rest of the week.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was lovely.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right. See you later then.
Arthur back again as well.
Yeah.
How was in the Ibiza, Tors?
I can't quite hear him.
Microphone off.
She's on mute.
Oh.
How was the weather in Spain, in Ibiza? Because you're in Ibiza, yes?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can now.
Oh, right, you couldn't hear me before. How is the weather?
Yes.
It's the same as yours.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah, same as yours. In fact, one of the days you were higher than us. So, yeah, enjoy, guys. At least you haven't had a rainy lockdown.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
You're in France, yes? Oh, you're...
Sorry?
Oh, no. Kate, I think she was or is in France. Are you?
I'm in England at the moment. Oh, okay. So, enjoying the sunshine like everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to leave, but you can carry on if you want, but I'm going to leave. So good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you next week.
See you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye. Hey, Kate, happy birthday. I forgot it was your birthday last week, right?
Yeah, on Saturday. Thank you.
Oh, happy birthday, Kate.
Saturday.
Thanks. Can you believe it's been 2 years?
No, how crazy is that?
Thank you.
Were we together then? What did we do? Did we go out for a drink?
I think
Was that in Ibiza or?
yeah, I was there then, and my friends came over, and Jess came out, and I don't know. We did quite a few things to
I
celebrate.
went to dinner. That VIP party, remember? I think you were hanging from night 4, and you didn't come. Do you remember? That's when I met. What's his name? What's that guy called?
Oh, you went on the boat as well.
No, not the boat that night. What was I called?
Phil, is it Phil or something?
Yeah, Phil. That's the night I met Phil. Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd been out for dinner with Kate and her girls, right?
Yeah, I think Tor, you had someone there as well.
We went.
I think probably I
No,
was
I don't
working or something.
Oh,
I
maybe.
can't remember. Yeah.
I think you were hanging, to be fair, because I'm like, come to the villa, and you're like, no, for once in my life, no. Yes, that was years ago. That's crazy.
Oh, it's so nice.
My phone like keeps reminding me from like Google Photos where I have my storage. Pretty much every day it reminds me like what happened this day a year ago or this day 2 years ago.
Yeah, it does help.
And at the moment I'm like, yeah, but at the moment in lockdown I'm like, oh, thanks phone. There I was on a yacht in this beautiful blue sea 2 years ago. So yeah, it keeps reminding me, and I'm like, oh, thanks. I want to be over there again now, please.
Yes, please.
Maybe.
Well, you're all welcome one day.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows when we'll be. But yeah.
Is Ishvan still there?
No, he's gone, but he did just try and call me on WeChat. I'll give him a call in a second. Yeah. He's disappeared.
He's in China then?
No, he's in Hungary at the moment. He's in Budapest.
Okay.
Yeah, he came back just as it was all kicking off, like end of Jan. I think he came back over, and his flights have just been cancelled or delayed ever since. I think they've now delayed it till September, October time.
What, to go to China?
Yeah, to fly back out. Yeah. Constant delay.
Well, I don't blame him really. I think it's probably best to hold off.
Yeah. I think he's keen to get back out there, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens.
I feel so chilled now. It really relaxed me tonight. By the end, I was like floating.
Yeah, it always relaxes me. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah. But sometimes it seems like others.
Yeah. I'm gonna go now because I need to eat.
Okay, I'm gonna go now because I need a wee, and I'm gonna phone Ishvan back quickly and have a quick chat with him.
Yeah.
Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you. Bye, Kate.
Bye, Tor. Bye, guys.
Might see you next Tuesday.
Ciao.